This problem is an application of proportions, and we call this similar triangles. We define similar triangles as having corresponding angles equal to each other. So this angle in this triangle equals the angle in this triangle. These would be equal to each other. In this case, they've told us that these are similar triangles, and so we know that the angles are equal to each other, and therefore the proportion or the ratio of the sides of the triangles must also be equal, and therefore we can find what we're looking for. So in this case, we know that the ratio of the big triangle to the little triangle has to be equal. So I can find side A by setting up a proportion. We have the side, the 6 here, and the corresponding side in the smaller triangle. The ratio of those two sides, 6 meters to 3 meters, is the same as the ratio of this side of the triangle to this side of the triangle. So we know that this A over 7, that these two ratios must be equal to each other. So in this case, it's not easy for me to see what I multiply 3 by to get to 7. So we're going to cross multiply the numerator with the denominator over here, and this only works again when we have an equal sign between. So this is 42 equals, and I'm going to multiply 3 times A to get 3A. All right, so now we just have to solve what multiplied by 3 equals 42. And if we don't know, then we remember that anything we do to one side of the equal sign, we have to do to the other side of the equal sign. Therefore, I can divide this side by 3 and this side by 3. That cancels over here. I'm left only with A. And on this side, we can divide 42 by 3 to get 14. And we find that A equals 14. So A equals 14 meters. And we can put that right here next to the A, 14 meters. All right, and now we have to find out what this side B is. Well, we know that the same way the ratio of this side, 3 to 6, the ratio of 3 to 6, the small triangle to the big triangle, has to equal the ratio of what we're looking for here, side B, to this triangle, to this side of the triangle, 16. So 3 is to 6 as B is to 16. 3, 6 has to equal B over 16. Well, we aren't really sure what we multiply 6 by to get to 16, but we could cross multiply. 16 times 3 is 48, and that would equal the multiplication of 6 times B. Now, if you can see the answer here and see that this is 1/2 over here, and so you know that B must have to be 8, then you can go ahead and just solve it that way. That's really terrific. But in case you don't, we can follow our procedure, doing the same thing to both sides of the equal sign, dividing by 6 in this case, keeps everything balanced and even. Those two 6 cancel, they're common factor, and we're left only with B on this side, and this side, B equals 8. Because we know that 48 divided by 6 equals 8. So now we know that B must equal 8. And we go back, we can put it in our triangle here, 8 meters, and finally put it where the answer goes. We can look at this though and take a step back and make sure it makes sense. I have 8 is to 16. The difference between these, I multiply 8 by 2 to get to 16. I multiply 7 by 2 to get to 14. And I multiply 3 by 2 to get to 6. And so we can see that our triangle does in fact make sense, and that we have solved and used proportions to solve our similar triangle.